go to the sim cam. How's everybody doing? Toronto. Unfortunately, we can't go to Toronto in real life this year, but hopefully can do kind of a fun race here today on the streets of Toronto. Classic street track. Could be a good one. It's going to be another tricky, stay out of the wall type track, type race, but it should be good. Resuming our 1989 kart season with Ryan Axelson. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I know the F1's running along. I was watching a bit of it. Scary stuff happening there, but hopefully everything's gonna end up all right. Welcome, Alex. How you doing? So we're at Toronto today. For those of you joining for the first time, running a 1989 kart season. Oh my God, my camera's so bright. Running a 1989 kart season in Indycar racing 2. Let me just fix this. There we go. Make myself look like a human. And we've been racing the whole season, doing really well so far. Last time out was very much a surprise win, but a good battle throughout the race. And leading the points championship. So this is our driver in car, Ryan Axelson here. All right. We'll take a look through the championship and everything. So we're down to round 9 of 15. So after this race, we'll be about 2/3 through the season, which will be pretty cool to see what the championship standings are like and see how far along, what the different results could play out for the rest of the season. But from here, I feel like the rest of the season, I like Toronto a lot, but especially the end of the season is real strong with the tracks. From Toronto, we're going to go to the 2 other 500-mile races right in a row. Definitely could have spread those out, but the schedule was what it was in 1989. But we're going to go to Michigan for the Michigan 500 and then Pocono for the Pocono 500. And then we'll hit up 2 of the best road courses in America with Mid-Ohio Road America. We'll go to the short oval at Nazareth. That'll be a lot like Phoenix, but narrower. So it's going to be very tricky with lap traffic. And then we'll end up going to Laguna Seca, round out the season. So I absolutely love the calendar from here on. Would have been nice to split out the 2 other 500-milers, but it'll be good. Yeah, I didn't feel good about the Meadowlands, but I still won. So if you take a look back at some of the prior results of the season, I've got 2 wins on the season right now. I won the Indianapolis 500 somehow, and if you hadn't seen that one, you should go back to take a look at it. But won the Indianapolis 500, chasing Scott Pruitt towards the end of the race. And then we just won out last time at Meadowlands, which I'd been hyping as probably the hardest race of the season. It definitely wasn't easy, but it all worked out there with fuel strategy and everything. And so getting the win. Michael Andretti has been the other driver that has been chasing in the points championship. We actually take a look at the points. 30 points ahead right now, which is pretty good. But Ryan Axelson, I lead the way. 133 points in front of Michael Andretti's 103. So it's by no means over. Very easily a couple of bad races, and the whole thing could look different. But it's starting to be clear who's actually going to run for the championship. I think the top 5 are all technically eligible, but that's definitely where I'd limit it. And even going down, Emerson Fittipaldi started off really strong, but just hasn't been able to back it up as of late. So right now, really a 2-horse race. We'll see if Danny Sullivan does well today and closes it up again. All right, so I'm going to do a few laps of practice here around Toronto. Just make sure the car feels good. I haven't had a chance to drive it all today. I'll go out on lower fuel like I'm going to qualify on and just do a couple laps here, make sure everything feels good. But this is Toronto. It's the original Toronto circuit that was run from the late 80s through to 95. And I think it's a really good layout. It didn't change too much directly after that. Toronto itself didn't change too much right after 95, but it did change for 96. out of the pits here. Tight pit lane with all the cars squeezed in. I think I need to adjust my brake bias forward a little bit too. Of course, got the bars. So come out of the pits, onto the main straightaway. Of course, right in the streets of Toronto. Yeah, they really, in my opinion, kind of messed up the last section of this track most recently. It's really, really tight nowadays, whereas in this you'll see it's nearly flat out towards the end of the lap. But all this is the same as the modern track. Come down to the hairpin at the end of the straight. Need to do a late apex there, go through a little switchback. Then we'll curve ourselves through more of a traditional type street circuit, lots of 90-degree corners. This one coming up is a long right-hander, second gear, most likely once the tires get up to temp, can really fly through there. Then we're flat out here down a back straightaway. This kink, take flat out if you get the line right there, a little bit of a high, a little bit of a high commit zone. Almost missed my turn in for the right-hander. Come through left-hand sweeper, and then we head towards the front straightaway. We got an S here. On a good lap, you can easily take this flat. Oh, no. Oh my God. Saline coming out of the pits. I hit the wall on the exit, and Steve Saline was coming out, and I almost nailed the back of him. Oh my God. That was a very, very close call. I think I got away without damage, too. Yeah, this track reminds me a bit of St. Petersburg. Very much a similar layout. Oh, and there, I finally hit Saline. Yeah, the pit exit is dangerous. It spits right out onto the track. I know that's not how I take it flat. First lap out, cold tires. We'll see. Michael Andretti did win this race in real life, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does today. Understeering a little bit here. Nervous now to try to take it flat. Got one of the Newman Haas cars coming up from behind, passing to the inside. That doesn't bode well. I don't know if Saline was on a mission more as I got the line wrong. Got both of the Newman Haas cars passing. I think Michael Andretti just got by. We got Mario behind me. It's tough in practice to know what different strategy a car is on, if they're on a low fuel run or... Although I'm on reasonably low fuel too, so we'll see. Hopefully I'm quick. I think I should be able to qualify pretty well. The nice Canadian flags. I think that's a stadium. I'm sure some of you know which stadium that is off to the right. There we go, flat. Missed the second turn in there. Yes, this track is fast. It's pretty narrow in a lot of spots. Very unforgiving. It's a default track. This is 100% default. Well, not 100%. The layout itself is 100% default. There's some additional objects that have been added in by Pavel. You can find that on the IndyCar Racing 2 site. Otherwise, one of the default tracks. So what's difficult about the default tracks in IndyCar 2 is they have no runoff. The walls always go right up to the apexes. There's no additional room if you run wide in a corner. And in real life, they would have additional room. Like coming down to this right-hander here, you would have a straight runoff. So if you locked up the brakes and couldn't make the corner, you could go straight. You have no luxuries such as that in this track. Do a lap or two more. I want to practice a pit in. I haven't done that. Should hopefully be able to do this on a two-stopper. The race itself is going to be 103 laps, which again sounds like quite a lot. It is a lot, but the laps are about slightly over a minute long, so I think the race will be under 2 hours. practice the pit in this time around. Make sure I've got that down. No surprises. Stuck in behind Roberto Guerrero here. Come through second to last corner, aim for the pits. It's on the inside here. Very tight entry. You can almost clip the wall, and then my pit stalls right at the start of the pit lane, of course. All right. The car feels okay. Mostly my driving maybe isn't perfect. But I appreciate folks coming out. I think the Formula One is still going. All right. So we'll do qualifying, and hopefully, like with all of these, would love to start, towards the front so that you don't have to worry about traffic too much. I use a Thrustmaster, a Fanatec CSL. I was thinking of my shifter, which is a Thrustmaster shifter, but a CSL 2.5, so it's not the new DD or anything, but I just got it earlier this year, so it's I like it a lot. All right, we'll take a look at the qualifying results so far. So all the way at the back, Steve Saling, maybe I spooked him in practice there, but he's 27th right now with a 105. We'll definitely be able to do that. I think I've gotten into the 101. So, okay. So we should be right up front. Rick Mears tentatively on the pole right now with a 101.5. Bobby Rahal with a 101.8. Michael Andretti, Mario Andretti. I think I can get right up in there if I get a good lap together. So gotta push and see if I can qualify towards the front, but of course they can improve their lap times as well during the qualifying session. We've got 10 minutes to go out, basically try to turn as many laps as I can and get a fast time. We should have a little bit of a gap on the track for the first few laps. Luckily it always gives you a little bit of a track gap, but at some stage we'll start catching some slower cars. Yeah, if I was really good, I could do a sub 1 minute lap. I don't know if I have it in me, but we'll certainly try. I don't think I have a perfect setup. Oh, we're gonna go super deep there, lock up the brakes entirely. It's all about getting these braking zones right. There's a lot of really tough braking zones. This track would be very tough on brakes for a whole run. Run wide through the first turn, so already this first lap not off to a good start. Swinging onto the back straightaway though. I added a little bit more wing to my setup because I was having some trouble in a longer run keeping the rear end under me, so I think that will have hurt my top speed a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Might go back on the wing if this doesn't work out too well. Yeah, luckily there's no brake fade in IndyCar 2. I'm all over the track right now. No, gonna go too deep there. And I hit the front wing. All right, this isn't working. So I'm gonna make a mid-qualifying setup change. I had gone up on the rear wing. Oh, actually, it's reset. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting. I thought I had added more rear wing. Well, I'm gonna actually add the rear wing then, see if that helps, because I had gone to even front and rear wing in some of my testing. I damaged the front wing anyway, so I threw away that lap. This isn't starting super well. Hit the wall for Mario Andretti, yeah. Hopefully the car feels more balanced. Or we may very much need the warm-up today. It'll be very similar to Detroit, I think, as a race. Hopefully there's not one driver that's way quicker than the rest of the field, but that seems to be how it's playing out for a lot of the races. Oh, just too late on the brakes there. All right, I gotta brake much earlier for some of these. Maybe once the tires get up to temperature. A lot of understeer. Car doesn't feel anything like I remember it. I wonder if I have the wrong setup on entirely, actually. I have a lot of time to fool around with setups. I lose over a minute each time I change it. Gotta get a solid lap in. Don't want to be at the very back of the pack. Sailing did improve on his lap, you're right. Right, cut past the baseball stadium. Right, finally a lap. Oh, not gonna get the line right through here. There we go, up to 10th. Phew. Getting worried for a second. I'm gonna start dead last, which would be almost suicide, I think. A 101.1. I know I can do better than that. Try to guide it into the hairpin here. A corner just seems to go on forever. It's a really tight one in real life. It's not quite as tight in the sim here. Grips up nice though through the right-hander. Got to get back on the throttle early. Come up through the kink here. Brake a little bit earlier. Oh, again, squirrely under braking. Not quite as tight of a corner there, leading onto the front straightaway. Ah, oh, still missing. You got to cut the yellow line there. Oh, but up to 7th. Got a 1 minute 0.8. Still not quite as good as I have been doing with the qualifying here. We'll keep going. We got 4 more minutes. Catching one of the cars, might be Barbaza. You carry a lot of speed into the corner, but you want to make sure you're not going to lose the rear end. It's Roberto Guerrero. Going to compromise both of our lines through the kink. A little sketchy. At least I know I can pass there now. Across the line. Oh, that was only a 10th off despite that. It could have been a better lap. I think the tires are gripping up. Dealing with cold tires for the first couple laps. I'm trying to blame it on other things. We're on it now. Got a clear track ahead. Just 3 minutes left on the clock. Oh, I got bumped down to 8th. No time to see who it was. Brake a bit early for the hairpin. Got a first gear for this left-hander. Up to 5th gear through the kink. Oh, ride the wall a little bit on the exit. I don't think that actually slowed me down at all. Just grazed it. A nice kiss of the wall there too. Not quite flat. Oh, up to 6th. I don't know why I let off there. Should have gone right back on it. I'm improving 1/10. Oh, bad start to the lap. Should have time to do one more after this. Weird. Looks like I got disconnected. That's super odd. It hasn't happened once at Phoenix. It happened. I'm back, I think. Hopefully. Oh, I should have enough time to get to the line to do one more lap, but yeah, said OBS cut out. It's not what I was expecting to do mid qualifying. Hopefully not a sign of things to come with the race. I lost connection for some reason for a minute. All right, we'll come through. Got such a pack of cars here. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit of a gap. We've got Fittipaldi going through. There's really slow cars coming around. All right, right in front of who's that, Bobby Rahal behind me, but I don't care. We're gonna go for a lap now. This is it. Down to the first corner. Whoa. Bobby just dive bombed me there and took me out. What the heck happened there? All right, well, that spoils the end of qualifying, I guess. That was the weirdest thing. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't know what happened. So I guess we'll start maybe 7th. Take a look at the results for qualifying. It looks like Emerson Fittipaldi on the pole. Bobby was definitely on a determining lap because he's in 2nd there. He's qualified really well at a few races, and it never works out for him. But he's going to start 2nd. Ari Leyendijk in 3rd. AJ Foyt up in 4th. Oh my god. AJ he's not done super well all season. He's been kind of in the back. Mario Andretti in 6th. Yeah, and I did out qualify. This is a very weird qualifying order overall. Everything's all mixed up, but Emerson Fittipaldi on the pole, so that doesn't necessarily bode well. He's quick often. Starting on the pole of a clear track. We'll look down through the rest of the results. I'm not sure what happened to Michael here, but Fabrizio Barbaza, Teo Fabi, Raul Boisel. So what does happen is a little bit behind the scenes in IndyCar 2. When you go out to do a qualifying session, it's only half the field that's out there, and I think it's random which half it is, and so the other half doesn't have a chance to improve their times. And so what probably happened here is Michael Andretti in 17th. Oh man. He wasn't out there on the track, so he couldn't improve his time. But wow, so he'll have, we'll just pretend it was another qualifying session. He didn't do as well. So Allister Jr. behind him in 18th. Look towards the way back here. Guido Dacco, okay, that makes sense. Kevin Kogan, Pancho Carter, John Andretti, Salien all the way in the back as well. Yeah, so this is a very shook up field. So it's going to be interesting. I have a feeling off the start, it may appear, as has been so often the case in some of these races, like everything is going super well and I'm way out in front or something. But I have a feeling there'll be some cars from the back who are quite quick. The interesting qualifying session. I'm going to do a quick warm up with full fuel just to make sure I can feel the car. Make sure everything feels good on it. But yeah, it's a really weird qualifying session compared to the other ones. It was kind of a mess between the connection issue and Bobby Rahal running me over at the end of the session. I do think this track, for one of the stock tracks, is modeled really well. Got a lot of objects, and some of these objects were added by Pavel 69. I think namely the light posts that you'll see all around the track, but a lot of the buildings were there by default, and yeah, it does make you feel like you're in Toronto. Not quite as bumpy as the real track would be, but that's kind of the truth for all of the IndyCar tracks in this game. Want to do a lap or so here and make sure the car feels good. Gonna be in a little bit of traffic to start in 7th. We'll be, what, 4 rows back from the pole. Oh, that pit exit too is, you have to watch out for that during the race with drivers pulling out. So we've got a 103 lap race, which means we should try to go about 35 laps on fuel, do a 2-stopper. I think there will be a little bit of saving involved, as was the case back at the Meadowlands as well, and that's ultimately what made all the difference, wasn't it? I'll try pitting in here, just wanted to do a quick run. Oh, make sure the car feels good. Quite deep on the brakes there. Gotta watch out for that. It's really easy, even on the arcade damage that I'm doing, to damage the front wing and nose. I have to be careful during the race not to do that. But this should be good. All right, so 103 laps of exhibition place. Like I said, 34 laps. Want to do 34 laps. A stint, and that should get us to the end. Appreciate everybody joining today. Last street circuit before we get on to back to the high-speed ovals. Challenge for that triple crown. Don't need to do anything heroic today, although it would be great to win, of course, like it always is, but as long as I can get a solid finish and keep that points lead where it is. Michael Andretti starting way in the back today, so I think we have a good chance to keep things status quo and going into the ovals, although those can always be a bit of a crapshoot just in how they go. I'll feel good being in the lead. So why don't we do this? Let's start the 1989 Indy Molson, what was it? The Molson Indy Toronto race. Ooh, let me make sure I've got full fuel. Oh, that would have been bad. All right, we'll start the race then. For the out lap, we'll do no boost. Just get the car around without using much fuel. So we got Mario Andretti in front, and then Scott Brayton. Oh, right in front of him. Everybody slams on the brakes. Oh, it's so weird to see AJ Foyt up front here. Ari Leyendyk as well. I have a feeling they're going to be very slow at the start of the race, so we have to try to get by some of these cars quickly, get up there into the top 3. We'll try to get into the top 3 and then see how fast Ray Hall and Emerson Fittipaldi are. Love the abundance of Canadian flags at this track, just to make sure you know that you're in Canada. There's one on the billboard there. I think there's one on one of the buildings up here. I guess the US tracks may be no different, but it does seem to be quite a lot of maple leaf flags everywhere. Yeah, I think it'd be great if a modern sim did a 90s kart car. We'll start on full boost, and then we'll have to see how the mileage is going. Of course, have this extra out laps. We're going to use almost a gallon of fuel over what we'll normally use in a stint. All right, get that boost up. Try to play it safe here on the start. Don't want anything like Cleveland. We'll come to the line. Green flag already. We'll come through the final corner. Oh my God, the car's bouncing off the walls there. I think Ari Leyendyk might have hit the wall ahead, but we'll come down to the first turn. First real turn. And a first gear behind Didier Thays in an 8th place. Very weird. Got to get around him on the outside as we'll come onto the straightaway. We got Scott Brayton right in front. Should be able to get him as well. Such a weird grid. Come down to the hairpin. Get on on the brakes. Got Mario Andretti trying to scoot up the inside of AJ Foyt. Ooh, side by side, 3 wide with Ari Lyondike as well. Play it cool there. Long race to go. Oh my God, AJ's so slow. Oh no! Oh my gosh, as I'm saying, need to play it cool. And there's no way to spin the car around here. Oh, as I'm literally saying, need to play it cool. I thought I had enough room to squeeze up the inside of Foyt. We didn't lose that many positions, honestly. Well, we're back to 19th, and we didn't get any damage, but we lost so much time there. I bet I'm a half a lap down now. All right, just gotta get composed. AJ turned in on me, I think. He was so slow. I almost rear-ended him the corner before. Come across the line though. It's very early in the race, so there's a lot of time for me to be not hitting the walls like that. There's a lot of time to have things play out, but I'm already 18 seconds behind. Yeah, that is a tough place to pass. Maybe should have known better than that, even if he is really slow. I'm down to the hairpin here, so we're stuck in behind. I think Derek Daly. Got Derek Daly in front. I don't want to go too wide into the kink, but we'll see if I can outbrake him here into the right-hander. Easily do so. One position back. We're in 18th now. This is going to be a long back race. So there's AJ Foyt right in front. 2 cars up. And not the way I wanted to start here. It's a silly driving mistake. We got Scott Pruitt right in front. And come up the inside of Pruitt onto the back straightaway. Scott Pruitt's usually pretty quick, so he's very far back today. It's gonna be a weird race, I think. Come up the inside of Foyt and cut him off. We got Allenser Jr. and there's Michael Andretti. So despite all of this, I'm still right behind Michael Andretti, which is ultimately who I care about right now. Gotta keep an eye on Danny Sullivan and Emerson as well, but come up the outside of Allenser Jr. He's obviously gonna have a better line there. He was quite slow. If I can get him before the kink. Oh, very, very wide. Trying not to play pinball with the walls. So 100 laps to go. Andretti's getting stuck in behind Guerrero here. Oh, I'm gonna get boxed in with him. Split him down the middle, come to the inside on the straightaway. That was a pretty gutsy move, but I was able to do it. Come down to the hairpin. And we got Rick Mears and Danny Sullivan side by side in front, so the 2 Penske's back here as well. Right, so gaining these positions back really quick right now. I need to not make any more errors. Up the inside of Sullivan. The 3rd place in the championship there, Danny Sullivan, getting around him. I think all these guys are probably pretty quick, but they're trying to work around some of the slower cars as well. I can see Mears in front of me here, right on the back of, I think, Barbaza. Comes up the inside into T1. Able to follow him through past Barbaza. Yeah, I'm already back to 11th, almost at the top 10 again. So first lap, a little bit of drama there with AJ Foyt, but could have been worse, I think. Okay, we'll come around right next to Mears now. Well, maybe we can get him under braking here, right on the apex. No! Turned in on me too. I was there, but now we're side by side through the long right-hander. Oh, he's gonna squeeze me out. He's probably not very happy about that. He hit the wall too, but was luckily able to keep on going. Really close to the inside wall there. Yeah, good fight, except we're hitting each other. Don't want to be hitting each other. Not even paying attention to fuel right now. I think I'm going to be okay on fuel, though. Just 30 more laps to go. I need to do about 34 total. All right, got a nice... Thought I had a run there. Coming up on Didier Thays. The AI is pretty wild around here. That makes it entertaining, at least. Just trying to survive on some of these street courses is the hardest part sometimes. They're gonna go side by side, maybe up to the kink. No. Oh, understeer there. My God, I'm all over the place. So Rick able to get by Thays here. Hopefully can get him on the front straightaway, maybe. Down to turn one, up the inside, up to 9th place then. 32 seconds off the lead though, so even after that crash, I was 18 seconds back. So lost another over 10 seconds to, I think, Emerson Fittipaldi up there in the lead. I have at least one palm lap here for a second. Be a tough race to do every lap, as hectic as that, but we're also going to start catching lap traffic in not too long, which will be always difficult. 96 laps to go. I think I do need to save fuel a little bit. Need to try to make it to about 67 to go. I'm going to do this the way I want to on pit strategy. Yeah, Mears is actually pretty quick, and hopefully we're going to catch who's ever in front of us together. I think I'm a little faster than Rick, or at least I was on full boost. Gone down to 7 boost though. Gotta save a little bit of fuel without causing too much of a pace loss. Gonna hurt me most on the straightaway. Through the twisty section, probably won't notice it much. Definitely catching, I think it's Dominic Dobson in front, but that might be a lapped car already. Not sure it's for position. We'll close in right on the back of Mears. I'm able to stick with him right now. Nice kiss to the wall again. I think I'm going to be way short on fuel. I'm wondering if I need to do a 3-stopper and just commit to that. But saving might be the only way for me to, I don't know what would be better. This is where I really I could use a crew chief. Oh, Mears quite slow there, but he fades to the inside to block me. Oh, I touch him a little bit. should I commit to the 3-stop strategy or should I try to save for a 2? That's kind of nice when they block. Just more realistic. We haven't been very lucky with cautions this season. With the lower damage mode that I'm running, it very, very rarely do we get a caution. I think we got one at Cleveland. Oh, he's so slow there in the braking. Dive up the inside. All right, get Rick Mears at least. Yeah, I think we might go for the 3-stopper. Just over revving the engine there. Up the inside of Dobson. That was for position, actually. So we're up to 7th. Got Scott Brayton right in front here, which will be for 6th. Oh, did one extra gear there. So easy to do. At least it wasn't in the other direction. I've gone full boost again, so I'm gonna try for it. I think we're gonna have to stop 3 times. But hopefully that works out. You never know what everybody else is going to have to do too, but I think it's just too far to try to do it on a 2-stopper. Not as good mileage as I thought I would be getting. All right, so I got a little bit of a gap here. I mean, 10 seconds to Bobby Rahal in front, who's in 5th place right now. So who scooted up there? But I was able to get past Rick Mears. So recovering a bit from that first lap incident, lots of wall taps and close calls, otherwise hitting Rick Mears a bit, but gotten through it all. Don't have damage, definitely on a 3-stopper. Just try to push. I gained a little bit actually on the leader that time, but we're gonna really have to push to actually make it any of that distance up, or hope they get stuck in traffic or something. We've seen some pretty large margins decrease just due to traffic, so never say never. Nice clear track, which is encouraging. I don't know where all the lap traffic would be. I'm a little worried there's going to be a massive pack of cars at some point. Oh, we pulled it into 30 seconds, so the leaders are definitely caught up somewhere. We got, oh boy, Zell, where did he come from? He's in 4th. Very difficult to read any of the chat on this track just because of how many corners there are so close together. So forgive me if I miss some messages, but just trying to put in some good laps right now. I feel like I've got a decent car. It's not quite as good as I wanted. I can't really get the final S there flat, but I'm pulling in some on the leaders. But we're gaining just a little bit. Saw a car just for a second ahead. We've pulled into 8 seconds to Rahal, so I'm catching Rahal quite quickly. 27 seconds. So if I continue to pull in a second a lap, then this might actually work out all right. Got 20 laps, so about halfway on the tank of fuel. It's looking, we're done 16 laps. Actually, we might make it. We might actually make it to the fuel number. 16, we're still gonna be short. Not doing my mental math well enough. We're gonna be really close. I might actually go back into save mode. It was good to be very fast there for a few laps, but I think we might actually make it on fuel to do a two-stopper, going all over the place. With the calculations I did before the race, I definitely thought a two-stopper was easy, so maybe I just fooled myself for a second there. I can see a couple cars ahead. I think one of them is Ray Hall. It's got Boiselle. Boiselle's way up the track, but we're up to 24 seconds behind the leaders, so really pulling in. If we can get back on the two-stop here and do a two-stopper, never say never. First gear at the end of the straightaway there. All right, this is Guido Dacco in front of me, so it's not Bobby Rahal just yet, but I think Rahal just got around him. Come up the inside. Oh, Dacco blocks me there. Come on. Should be able to outbrake him into the hairpin here. A pretty slow car. Just ride the brakes a little bit later than him. Still on the inside, side by side. It's not really what you want through here. Able to get around Dacco. Got another lapped car in front too. Blanking on who this one is. Oh, I've said the name all season. I cannot think of it. But definitely one of the slower cars. I can see Ray Hall just got around him too. Jourdain, that's right, Bernard Jourdain. Like, I know it was a French name or a... I don't think he's actually French, right? All right, so there's Ray Hall right in front of me. Car's actually progressing nicely through the run. It was pretty skittish at first, but maybe with the lower fuel and the worn tires, as I just tapped the wall there, feels a little more planted. Belgian Mexican, that's great. I like that. See the rookie of the year in 1989. Yeah, having a pretty good season. A little unfair. Now, I've been impressed with this. It's been a little while since I've actually done like an actual season in the game, and I'm happy about how much the AI, how different it is race to race, that it's not the same driver every race leading the way. There's always a group of quick guys, but they're different every race, which more realistic, makes the championship a little more dynamic. Helps consistency pay off, but right on the back of Bobby Rahal now. Over revving the engine a little bit there. Across the line, 83 laps to go. Laps are going to go quick here. It's a quick track. I like how some of these street circuits are fast. Meadowlands was such a fast track. Catching a few lapped cars as well. Well, Rahal is quite slow coming into the braking zone. Pull up right behind him, but it would be a lot to dive on the inside to tap the wall a little bit there. AML, nice to see you here. All right, get a little bit of a run on Rahal. It's a tricky place to pass, though. I don't think I want to do that. Chicken out. It's just too risky to try to go side by side. Maybe on the last lap, going for the lead or something. The tank, though, not really a place I want to go side by side through. Like Michael Andretti's gotten up to 8th now behind me. We're back down to 30 seconds behind the leader. I'm caught up here with Rahal, trying to outbrake him, coming down to the hairpin. Really zip past him on the brakes, stuck in behind John Andretti now. I can get Andretti here. It's a risky move, but just throw it up the inside. I don't want to get stuck behind a slower car for many laps. Got Pancho Carter in front of me now. Getting to pretty low fuel now. The car is feeling very nimble. Oof, didn't quite get my shift on the first time there. Carter fades to the left side. Should be able to get him easily on braking here, but we're just about the same speed. It's the extra rear downforce, but that's what's helping me get through the slow stuff fast. It's a trade-off. Randy Lewis in front, who's always been an issue. Although it was Dobson last race, right, that I hit maybe 4 different times. We're up to 5th, so recovered quite nicely from the first lap spat there. First lap spat with AJ Foyt. Foyt was a little out of his league starting up front. How did Kevin Kogan get into 8th? Under the hairpin side by side with Lewis. Should easily get him on the inside. Surprised at how quick the lap traffic is. I'm catching them quite quickly through the twisty stuff, but on the straightaway I'm almost slower than them. Understeering there a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do the 2-stop. I'm still I think I'm on the right strategy for it, but it's gonna be tricky, right? 79 laps to go, so I need to go. I think I need to save even more, right? Chasing our old boy Zell, he's quite far ahead. Got Scott Saline here in front with Ludwig Heimrath in front of him. Got a nice run on saline, but coming into the kink, not really a place to pass. See if I can throw it up the inside into the braking zone here. Down to first gear. Got 78 laps to go. It says I'm only going to get another 10 laps. Need to turn down the boost a little bit. But I'm so slow on the straightaway with low boost. Just dive bomb him into the corner. Luckily pulling out just in time not to rear end Heimrath there. Derek Daly once again in front. Got past him for position earlier. Just tap the inside wall there. Make sure it's sturdy, you know. The inside of Daly. It's almost hard to talk and drive around this track. There's so much going on all the time. Well, if I put the boost up, I'm going to waste more fuel, which is the whole point of turning the boost down. Yeah, the hairpin is, and if you look at the real life races, the hairpin really is that in turn one, which I haven't been close enough to anybody to pass in turn one. I think I'm quite slow. Oh, side by side with the Labatt car. This is the perfect car. John Jones, perfect car for Canada. But yeah, turn one is the other place you see a lot of passes in real life, but otherwise you don't really pass elsewhere on the track. Been able to come up the inside of some of these corners. No! Oh. Turn away from it. Lost a little bit of time there. Could have been worse. But you can't. I gotta stop being halfway with the passes. You gotta commit or don't do it. If you're halfway in there, the AI will just turn in. Whoa! What do we got here? Derek Daly trying to come back up the inside. Why is he passing me? Yeah, I'm the official wall inspector. Daly getting a burst of speed out of nowhere. Everybody's fast. Oh, I'm getting swallowed up here on the boost. .75 laps to go. Yeah, Boisel's really far up there. We're not very quick compared to the leaders. I was able to get back into the top 5 here pretty easily, but then I think it's Emerson Fittipaldi up front. We'll take a look when I pit, but he's very quick. Get up the inside of Daly here. I don't know why he passed me. Oh, he's still side by side. What's he doing? Oh, we're side by side through all these corners. My God, Daly's fighting me like we're on the same lap. I almost spin the car out into the corner. Indycars had sequential shifters back in 1989, I believe. Or he's still at H pattern, I think. But they used a sequential shift knob like I'm doing here up until I believe 2008. Pretty far past the point of paddle shifters being a normal thing in most formulas. Yeah, the wall moved. My official excuse. Be interesting to see what lap the leaders start pitting, because that'll be telling for general strategy. I think my only hope would be if I can eke out one less pit stop than the leaders. Either way, I'm in the top 5. Michael Andretti's back in 8th, so this will be exactly what I was saying at the start. Just holding the position in the championship, making sure I don't lose a ton of points or anything before we get back to the ovals. But certainly not giving up. Want to try to get the best finish possible after all the mess of the start. Daly there, quite slow under braking. Get up the inside of him, finally make the pass. See if he tries to come back on me right for turn 1. Quite easy to get through there flat now through the final corners. John Jones on the outside. I don't want to hit him again. Canadian fans will not take a liking to hitting their beer car. Was Danny Sullivan had Molson as a sponsor, right? Just a couple years prior. Or later, maybe. At the inside, same place, past Derek Daly. Doesn't look like anybody's pitting yet, which they can do the same stint length that I'm trying to do and run that fast. We're really not going to be in a good place. Got 5 gallons of fuel left. I'm sure somebody likes Labatt. Behind Roberto Guerrero now. We'll try to stretch this. I don't think I'm gonna make the fuel number for this first stint, but I also had to do the extra pace lap, so potentially saving just a little bit more in the second stint, I can round it all out. $70 laps to go. I've already done 34, 33 laps plus the pace lap. Oh, Bobby Rahaal's in the pits. Dominic Dobson as well, so there's people pitting. Up to Didier Thays, who started right up front. Oh, it's all over the track. What's he doing? Going in the pits, I think. All right, we got a clear track. I should be able to do. It's probably the last lap I can stay out. Might have to pit next time by. 69 laps to go. Gonna be close on the whole race, but everybody else pitting behind me, so I'm stretching it longer than the folks behind me, but cars in front, maybe in the pits, I'm not sure. We'll do a pit stop this time by. We'll get 4 tires, full fuel. Yeah, I gained a bunch of time, so I figure they did pit. Already got Allister Jr. in 8th place, a lap down behind me. And we're just coming up to AJ Foyt. I can do one more lap. I can do one more lap on fuel. I'm going to do it because I need to stretch this as far as possible to make the rest of the race. It's going to be really close. Keep my eye on it. I think this will help, though. Just takes, I think, about 1.4 gallons a lap is what I was seeing. Got AJ Foyt, though. Will come down. Maybe I'll break him. Hopefully. Give him a little bit of a wave. You know what I mean? All right. Happy I stayed out a lap. I think this will help make the next stint just that little bit easier. Indy always had a thing against green liveries. The old belief that they're unlucky. All right, but we'll come around to come to the pits now. Find our pit stall, very first one. Oh, there's Emerson Fittipaldi right in front of me, so he's in the pits as well at the same time. We'll see who's out front. Mario Andretti is leading the way right now, so I think Emerson Fittipaldi might have had an issue, actually. See if I can scoot out of the pits without hitting him. It's very tight. So I think Emerson had an issue, and he's no longer up front. A lot of cars in the pits, actually. All right, back out on the track. Keep it in boost 6 for a minute. Gotta remember I got cold tires, full fuel. So we're on lap 37 of 103. What is that? 60. Well, we made it 37 laps on the tank last time, and I was running full boost for a fair amount of that. Yeah, the pitting's all manual. You drive in and out yourself. Easy to speed. If you want to go see that, go look back at the Long Beach race. Hold on, I just want to see across the line. I'm trying to do the fuel calculations in my head. So 66 laps to go. So we got to go 33 laps. Oh, we should be able to do this, no problem. I'm not gonna go. I don't know. Should I go full boost? Yeah, I gotta go 33 laps, which should not be an issue. This is good. I saved a lot of fuel. I'm 55 seconds off the lead. Mario Andretti's having a great day. Definitely you should just have one more stop to go. Maybe some of the other cars, although they all kind of pit around the same time I did, but maybe some of them will have to do 2 more stops. So not too bad after the first lap incident. But we're way, way behind Raul Boesel right now. And this game is very impressive for its time. 1995, you know, there were a few sims around, obviously, but this one does everything really well. It's very well-rounded. There's not a lot of complaints with it. Obviously, these days, graphics and things like that, but overall, it's a very, very solid sim. Through the kink there. A little late on the brakes. I just did an install tutorial video for IndyCar 2 if you're interested. It's just a couple videos ago. I think I'll put the link of it in the description of this as well. So if you're eager to try it out, cover pretty much everything I could think of to cover in it. Oh, gonna run a bit deep through turn 1. Just scrape the wall a little bit. We'll be okay. Got a nice open bit of track. I feel like even though there's a lot of cars in the race, the lap traffic hasn't been that bad this race. Knock on wood. But the last few races have been really challenging with the lapped cars, and so far that just hasn't been the case here. Closing in just a little bit. A big task to try to close 49 seconds, but I've gained a good amount of time, so the leader might be caught behind some lap traffic. Deep there. Bernard Jourdain again. Should mention too, I'm pretty excited. I think this will be the last race with my G27 pedals that I've had for over 10 years. Just ordered some new Fanatec pedals. Nothing super fancy, but it'll be better than this. Oh, Jourdain quite late on the brakes there. Sneaking up the inside. It's not a easy passing zone, but with a slower car can do it. A little skittish. The car is definitely not as well behaved on full fuel. It's still manageable. He wants me to punt him. Yeah, the dashboard at the bottom is showing me the computer on the car's prediction for how many laps of fuel. You can actually switch between different modes for that with the D key. I think this is the best mode because it's the only bit of information that you can't get somewhere else, but you can have it show you your RPMs if you want. I'm trying to remember what else it can pull up. But you know, you have that black bar for your RPM, so you don't exactly need a number display as well. 60 laps to go. Yeah, here you get your miles per hour, which again is already on the dashboard right above it, so you don't really need that. Oh, can't do that while I drive. We'll get the RPM here, so it's cool that you're able to do that. I mean, it's just one of those other things that I bet the real dashboard could do something like that, so they modeled it in the game. But in my opinion, the laps counter is the only really useful thing that it can tell you, just because You don't see that anywhere else on the dash. I like when you can get information from the game or the sim in the same way that the real driver would, rather than having a bunch of UI on. I'd leave the blue box open because I know that's nice to see for everybody watching, but if I'm racing on my own, I probably don't have that open. I'm just using the pit board as I go by every lap. It's fun to kind of be surprised at what happened during the race when you see the final results. So it's just been a bunch of clean, no traffic laps, nothing to really talk about. We got a group of cars coming up, so this will get interesting again. This has by far been after the start was a mess, but after that it's been one of the cleanest road race that we've done so far. AJ Foyt in front of us again. All right. I think I've seen him quite a bit today. Drive up the inside of Foyt. No drama this time. It's so frustrating on the opening lap because I probably could have avoided that pretty easily and just passed him the next corner. Talking about all the times green cars have had bad luck. Yeah, that's the old tale for IndyCar racing, that you don't want a green car. But I think the Lotus boys in 1966 proved otherwise. We got Scott Pruitt in front. Squeeze up before the kink. Oh, no. Oh, no. That might be it. Oh, I should not have done the kink. I don't think we can fix this. Oh, and a yellow flag and everything. Oh, I should not have done the kink. I already said that several times during the race so far, that the kink is not a passing zone. Coming to the pits here. And that's it. It's going to be the first DNF of the season. Oh, no. I knew better than to pass. Finally, a DNF. I knew better than to pass in the kink. Definitely knew better. Well, it was a matter of time, right? We've gone through 8 races so far without a DNF. And although it's a little harder to DNF, yeah, it should say press F. Yeah, they can't fix, I mean, the whole suspension's broken on the right side, so cannot fix that. Oh man, that's so disappointing. It's gonna be interesting to see how that turned out with a top 5. All right, so we'll take a look at what happened. Wow, the car looks all kinds of messed up. I feel like I was gonna put on the music, but I feel like I need sad music here for for now. Yeah, the top 5 streak is done. I had a top 5 every race this season. What could I put on that's a little sadder? I just don't feel like we can put the happy music on now. All right, we'll take a look at the incident anyway. No, we're not going to be doing round 10 today. It's already an hour into the race. I think we're over halfway or just getting near halfway. I mean, it's definitely my fault here. Was coming down to the kink, had the inside. I mean, I had the corner. I definitely had the corner, and in most circumstances, but I should know better with the AI in IndyCar 2. There it is, moments before disaster. Yeah, the music is still kind of happy, but it's not quite as upbeat. Wow, that's a hard hit too. That would have been a massive wreck. Coming up the inside. Yeah, just a nice smack hole into the wall there. We'll look at the onboard view from. Oh no, hold on. I want to look at the onboard view from Pruitt's angle. I hit Scott Pruitt. He hit me. I'm gonna say in defense. I hit all the beer cars today. I first hit John Jones in the Labatt's car, and then I hit Scott Pruitt here in the Budweiser car. Yeah, I think this is music I used in the NASCAR 1 season. Yeah, if I was Scott, okay. Here's a pro racing tip, Scott Pruitt. You're a racing driver and you're headed into a corner, and this is the angle you've got. I think you back out of it. I think you admit defeat. Your lap's down. No reason to go charging into the corner like this. So, hitting all the beer cars. Take a look back at the, I want to see the starting incident with AJ Foyt. Just do all the incidents. I didn't hit Danny Sullivan's Miller High Life car, so we've saved one. All right, let's see what happened here with Foyt at the start. Yeah, was I wide of the apex? Is that what happened? Damn. I'm honestly surprised it took this long for me to DNF, but oh, it's so disappointing. All right, come up the inside. Wow, that was a hard hit too. I don't know what happened there. I kind of stop on the apex because I see Foyt turning in on me. Favorite beer, Miller High Life. Miller High Life's good. But that's another one of those. This one I think is more on me than Foyt. We should have. It didn't take me out. Yeah. It really spun the car in a weird way. Sometimes we saw something like that at Portland too, if you remember, where the car spins the opposite way that it should. Spun to the left. But disappointing. So what we're gonna do is go to, how does this work? You go to resume and then you can hit A and then you say accelerate time, and we can watch the rest of the race here. It's faster than real time, thankfully, but we can watch to see how this all plays out. So Mario Andretti, it's very surprising he's in the lead. We'll see if there's anything interesting that happens here. We'll go back and watch it in the replays, but man. Yeah, it was looking like a good race too. That be interesting to see if the strategy ended up working out where everybody else would have to pit, you know, more than once, and I would only have to pit once. Man, it's not much faster than real time. Jeez. Yeah, it's like 10-second laps or something. Yeah, somehow Pruitt got through that too. Sneaky guy. We have Teo Fabi pitting on lap 54. Ooh, electrical issue for him. The Fabi and the Porsche out with an electrical issue. But Ari Lindike pretty close to Mario Andretti, so definitely not out of the woods. Yeah, we can take a quick look to see how many are out. Ryan Axelson. It's a DNF. It should be an accident, really. But Derek Daly, Guido Daco, Rick Mears. Rick Mears with mechanical issues. Wow, Fabrizio Barbaza and Emerson was the first one out with an engine issue. Yeah, I'm not that disappointed about it, but it ruins the streak of top fives. I had a top five in every race of the season. Had some incidents, I think, in almost every race. It's not been a clean season by far, but definitely the first one that's taken me out. But it's possible, so that shows you in all of those races earlier in the season, it could have all ended in disaster. Oh, Ari's right there, though, 0.8 of a second. Yeah. If there's any kind of battling, we'll take a look and maybe we can watch some of it. Because it does record the replay, which is cool. I always thought that was neat. They should be coming up now to more or less the final stop. Yeah, Michael Andretti P4. Oh, I hope he doesn't win. He's really far back, so I don't think he's going to win. But fourth place, fifth place. Oh, he's back to fifth. Kevin Kogan up to fourth somehow. I don't know how that works. So Ari's fallen way off. Back 22 seconds. Raul Boisel up to second. This is a wacky race. The qualifying was weird. We got some folks pitting here, lap 71. Everybody's pitting. Oh, it's getting all crazy order, shuffling around. Mario's back in first. So Mario's got a hold on them all. Yeah, and it's all green flag. It's all, we'll see if there's a yellow. It will say, I think where it says racing right now, it'll say yellow. Right, but 74 laps complete. I kind of like the speed that it goes at. It's a little slow if you just want to finish the race and be done with it, but if you're interested in seeing the results and things, it's fast enough where you can actually still watch what's happening somewhat. Was Boisel's best finish in third place? Interesting. Was he out at Formula One, or where did Raul Boisel come from? I only remember him in Indycar. All right, we're getting to the 80th lap, so just 23 laps to go. Let's see if anything weird happens at the end. Raul Boisel is right there still, chasing Mario Andretti. Came from F1, yeah. A lot of these guys, I mean, similar to today, I think IndyCar has always been, you know, a place that some folks go after F1. Which I like it. Some people get mad about it. But I think it's cool. Oh, we got Scott Pruitt pitting. Drops back to 11th. Michael Andretti still in 5th, pretty far behind Kevin Kogan, so that's good. I want him to finish as far down as possible. Doesn't look like Sullivan's not having a great day either. Allenser Jr. there in 6th, though. This one will hurt a little bit, but it could be worse. Could be worse. We're on lap 87 now. Oh, you've missed a lot, Easy. Watching the end of the race here. All right, 91 laps complete, so we're getting close to the end. Mario's been holding the lead. He's been growing it now. Ari's back to challenging Boisel. Yeah, Rahal's in the Krakow car in this, back in 8th. He's had a pretty crummy season in our season. He qualifies really well. He's been on the front row. I think he's gotten the pole a couple times. He was on the front row for this race too, and almost ran me over in qualifying. But during the race, he just doesn't seem to have the speed. All right, Boiselle, we're in the final stretch. Boiselle 1.2 seconds off Andretti. Oh no, that's really close. Oh, 0.8 seconds behind. We just have a couple laps to go. Arie Luyendyk overtakes our Boiselle for second. He's gonna have a go at Andretti, I think. It's like we're seeing it happen through like the radio. Oh, Boiselle back to third. A few laps, 3 laps to go. 1 second off. So it's a good fight at the front. Michael Andretti's firmly in 5th place. There'll still be a top 5 for him. One more lap. 1 lap to go. White flag there. Sullivan with a gearbox issue on the final lap of the race. Checkered flag. Mario Andretti wins. Oh, Danny Sullivan falls all the way down. That's good for the championship. That was 3rd place. There we go. The final results of the race. We'll take maybe, I don't know, we can watch maybe the last lap or something in the replay mode, but Mario Andretti wins. Is that his, I think that's his first win of the season. The old Mario up front ahead of Arie Luyendyk. Looks like it was close between him and Raul Boiselle as well. Kevin Kogan comes away with 4th place. Michael Andretti, my championship rival, in 5th. Alonso Jr. 6th. Scott Pruitt 7th. Bobby Rahal in 8th. Dominic Dobson back in 9th, and then AJ Foyt all the way back in 10th. 10th place, pretty good considering we spun each other out on the first lap. Scott Brayton's, Steve Saline, Roberto Guerrero, John Jones, Danny Sullivan with the gearbox issue coming to the line. Yeah, wow, Mario Andretti led 102 laps as well. Who led the other one? I think it was Emo, right? Imrath, Carter, Andretti. Get to the bottom, we got the retirements. So Teo Fabi, Ryan Axelson, 23rd place finish. Man, 23rd. Derek Daly with the engine, Guido Dacco, Rick Mears with a mechanical issue. Fought with him for a little bit early on. He was quite quick, but only 20 laps done. I did do 46 laps. It felt like I did a lot more than that. It felt like I thought I was near half the race. I guess we weren't too far off of it, but that would have been a long race otherwise. It was an hour 49 with 1 caution flag, because we know what. We know why. Oh, and that's the saddest of all. The car being picked up on the crane. Yeah, not a good day for old Ryan Axelson. Yeah, all 5 tires. There's some weird stuff with the damage model and the high quality car shape. And there's some fixes out there, but not for this one I'm using. All right, we'll take, I want to look real quick. Take a real quick look just at like the last lap or something of Mario Andretti's win. Was he in the 6 or the 5? Should know this. No, he's in, that's Michael Andretti. Oh, there's a whole pack of cars here. There he is. But yeah, and he had Luyendyk right behind him. Maybe they couldn't roll the car out of the pits. I'll watch the last lap or so just for fun. But Arie Luyendyk wasn't too far behind old Mario here, so it was a pretty close race all in all. Love the Newman Haas cars from this era. Actually really like that Arie Luyendyk car too, the black and gold. Looks very much like a John Player special. But it's gonna come through the back straightaway. Down to the final few corners. Luyendyk chasing him, but not enough to get the win. Mario Andretti wins at Toronto. Good stuff. All right, so we'll go, we'll take a look at the championship and all that, see what happened here. Man, not a good one. So I finished in 23rd, DNF, first DNF of the season, with Mario Andretti winning. So the points, Michael Andretti closes it up to 20 points. So I still have a 20-point lead, which is not too bad. But it really was kind of a nothing race with Michael not really able to capitalize on my misfortune. He gained 10 points on me. Isn't the end of the world. With Danny Sullivan there in third, Balancer Jr. in fourth, and Emerson Fittipaldi in fifth. So most of the top five in points really had not great of a race. Mario Andretti is now in 10th overall with the one win. Yeah, we're 20 points ahead, which is good. But pretty wild. So Toronto didn't quite work out how I wanted it to, but we'll be headed next in the championship to Michigan for the Michigan 500 and Pocono for the Pocono 500. So two 500 milers back to back. Should hopefully be good. Obviously I won the Indy 500. I love the high speed ovals, but that's a different type of racing, and so that'll be really interesting next time out. So wasn't exactly the best race that I've run, but hopefully entertaining enough with what the hour and a half that we've been doing it. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody enjoying the season and everything. It's fun playing a game from 25 years ago, and there's a bunch of people that want to watch it. So until next time, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in Michigan.